Okay, the lights just flickered. Is the power gonna go out? Okay, we're just gonna keep going. This is the day I'm choosing to film. Literally, there's a storm going on outside. The lights are flickering. We're in a small, tiny state of weather emergency right now. We can stay with the sensory experience of something pleasant. We can. Any spontaneous delight that pops up. So wherever you are, if the lights are flickering where you are, if the ground underneath you feels uncertain, if the sky feels like it's falling, you're not alone. We're here together and we're going to practice together today. So I'm filming on a very stormy day. I hope the sound is okay, but how fitting. Hello, darling. Today is a stormy day outside. Maybe it's a stormy day inside. Wherever you are, however the outer and inner weather is, gosh, it's noisy. Wherever you are, I'm glad you found me today. If I haven't met you before, hello, my name is Parisa. I teach mindfulness and meditation and compassion. And more than that, I like to think that I guide people to really come home to themselves. So of course I was moved to offer this meditation because of the way the world feels these days. But the truth is we're never really far away from an emergency, whether it's an outer emergency or an inner emergency. You could even say that emergencies, big and small, are the nature of our mind and the nature of existence. Our big, beautiful, busy brain is designed to look for threats. Always be on the lookout for what is wrong, what could be different, what could be better, what do we want more of? And so this hypervigilance is kind of the way that we're wired. And of course, when external circumstances seem to exasperate the mind, then it only gets harder. But the good news is, just as we have this capacity to think and foresee and anticipate and worry, we also have the capacity to choose where we place our attention, and we can choose to come into our senses, disentangle from the stories of the mind, not add this extra layer of suffering that comes from being in reactivity, and come to a place where we can feel more balanced and more centered, and then navigate it all with more clarity and wisdom. It takes some training and practice, but it's absolutely possible for me, for you, for all of us. Okay, the lights are totally flickering. Okay, we're just going to keep going. This is so funny that this is the day I'm choosing to film. Literally, there's a storm going on outside. The lights are flickering. So there's always something. And so there's always a need for this practice. And we're going to practice together today to soothe ourselves. Not because we are avoiding or turning a blind eye to reality and what is happening. We come to this practice that so many over thousands of years have come to this practice because they felt that same uncertainty in their hearts, because they've also been in dark places, because we know that this practice of awareness and mindfulness has helped so many beings across time. When we come to the practice, when we meditate, there's this sense of solidarity with everyone who has come to this practice before us and will come to this practice after us. I kind of like that idea. Before we get into the practice, and maybe to motivate us to stay in the practice and keep coming back, let's quickly talk about the benefits of a meditation practice, a mindfulness practice, or an awareness practice, whatever you like to call it. So I already mentioned that sense of it being a reminder, reminding us of the universality of being in uncertainty, being in difficulty, and also the reminder that our brains are wired to have this negativity bias. So no matter how dark or bright things seem, we're really, really good at focusing on the dark, recognizing that that's just our nature, and it's possible to balance out that negativity bias and focus on the good and the light. When we come to practice and we come into literally coming into our senses and paying attention to the sensory experience of this present moment, it's really soothing. It's soothing for the mind, it's soothing for the body, it's soothing for the heart. It just feels good to do. And it's okay to feel good even in dark times, even in difficulty. When we do give ourselves permission and practice feeling good, even opening up to joy and gratitude, that gives us fuel. That really energizes us and gives us the capacity to keep showing up. Feeling good and connecting with joy also remind us why it's worth showing up at all, why it's worth showing up and taking action if that's the necessary thing to do. And when we come to practice, we remember that we have this pathway back into the present moment, back into a place of calm. We remember that it's possible. We remember that the more that we take this path back to this place of calm and center, the more we become familiar with the path, the more that path, whether you're talking about the neural pathway in your brain or the figurative pathway of practice and coming back, that gets more well-worn. It gets easier to fall into and to follow back to really what I think is a refuge and a coming home to ourselves. So the practice I'm going to share today is inspired by the rain practice that was taught to me by one of my teachers, Tara Brock. I'll leave a link below in case you're interested to learn more about that. But the practice that I'm going to offer today is sort of inspired by the rain practice, and it kind of extends and takes it a little bit further. As always, as you listen to the guidance, know that all of the words are an invitation. And if anything doesn't feel right, let it go and follow your own guidance. No one knows better than you. All of these words, my presence, my intention here is really to help you find your way home to your own inner guidance, your own inner voice. Okay, so let's get started with the practice. So when you're ready, making sure that your posture is comfortable. It can be any shape that feels right for you, as long as you have space to breathe and to relax. You can decide if you want to lower your gaze or close your eyes. And see if we can start by doing nothing at all and just being here together. So dropping any ideas, any sense of doing or trying to feel anything, and just noticing what it's like to be here right now. So naturally, we might start to come into our senses. And this takes us out of our thinking mind and into the sensory experience of here and now. Where I am right now, I'm really aware of sounds because the wind is blowing, and maybe you can hear the sounds from my space or the sounds in your own space. You can hear the sound of my voice and the space in between words. Sounds near and far, and maybe you can even hear the sound of your own breath. And on that note, coming into breath now, really paying attention to your breath, seeing if you can focus all your attention just on the movement, the sensation, and maybe the sound of breath without trying to force it to be any way. And as you breathe, naturally opening up to sensation now. Yes, there's sensation around the breath, maybe the belly, the rib cage, the chest, gently rising and falling with the breath. Maybe you can notice sensation where air enters through your nostrils and exits there too. If you can, breathe in and out through your nose a little bit more slowly than when you started this practice. That slower, soft breath can be soothing. And so there are the sensations of the breath, and then maybe widening that to include sensations of the entire body. Points of contact with whatever surface you're on. Feeling the air, maybe the air on your skin, noticing temperature, noticing any sense of weight or lightness. Continuing to breathe and just notice sensation that might be flowing from head to toe as you notice things on more and more subtle levels. And of course, the mind is still there. The thinking mind may still be busy. And just like we may not be able to control what sounds come into our space, we can think of the thinking mind as another organ, another mechanism, a mind that just releases thoughts. And we can just let that be happening in the background, but usher and guide our attention to what is right here. By coming into our senses, we're staying with what is here, right now. Developing the capacity to be with sensation in the body is really helpful for us because the body can serve as a compass. It can give us a lot of information about the state that we're in and what's moving through us. So right now, as you stay with sensation in the body, can you notice what state you're in, any emotions moving through you? And just gently asking yourself what's here right now. You might label any sensations that you can recognize. You might label emotions: calm, tired, worried, busy, relaxed, stressed, content, curious. You might notice that behind all of these emotions or these feelings, there might be a sensation underneath that you can recognize. So if there's stress or worry, there may be tension or tightness somewhere, or a sense of holding. If there's contentment or calm, there might be a sense of ease, openness, softness in the body. Just recognizing what you can notice. There's no right or wrong here. Taking your time and feeling. And of course, there may be stories too. There may be loops of thoughts that our attention gets caught up in. And those thoughts can sort of drag us out of this moment and back into past or future. And as best as we can, when we notice that that happens, we can bring ourselves back. And the best way to bring ourselves back may be to return to sensation. So just noticing what's happened and then coming back to breath or sensation in the body. These 5 senses are our pathway back to presence. So you always have that way back. And being in our senses and being a little bit more free from the thinking mind can be soothing to our nervous system. and can help us feel better. Noticing sensation can also help us not identify with the stories or the thoughts. For noticing the sensation, we can sense it as not us, just sensation, just energy moving through us. Again, remembering that the mind will secrete or release thoughts, just as any other organ in the body may function. We can release a sense of ownership or identity, and this can help free us. This can help to let it go. Just this breath, just what we feel right here, right now. Continuing to breathe long and slow as much as possible. And if there was something that you noticed that was difficult, if there was a worry, a stress, something unpleasant, can you now, from the wisest, most compassionate, most awakened part of yourself, offer something to this part that is maybe in difficulty? Often what is most helpful is to just make it feel seen, is validating these feelings. So we can say to ourselves, yeah, I feel this, I see this. Or even in the sense of a dialogue with yourself. I feel you, I see you, I hear you. And yeah, this is really hard. So we're recognizing or acknowledging, and we're really meeting it with care, with compassion. Meeting it in this way too helps us to not identify with it, not to bind to it or cling to it. We're sort of softening around it, creating space around it, and in this way it can be easier to let it go. Notice the difference between these two ways of being with our inner experience. One might be getting reactive, getting into stories, being in resistance and fighting and forcing and really wanting to change it and force it to be different than it is. Notice how there's a tightness there. There's a sense of it, of us grasping, almost tightening around it. I can feel it in my body even as I describe that. And then notice now the other possibility, to feel and allow and create space for. You might even, through your body, making micro adjustments to bring this sense of spaciousness and the sense of allowing. In a way, you're saying yes with your body, that yes, this is here right now. Again, validating, acknowledging, making this part of you feel seen. So getting curious about how it feels, noticing the sensation. Not the commentary, not the story about the thing, just the thing as it is, pure sensation, pure energy moving through. Almost like taking a step back. Not doing so much, but just being with it in this kind and warm and open way. And can you feel the difference in that quality? Almost like we're holding it with an open palm. It's easier to let it pass, to let it move through us and away. And we're not forcing this. We're just allowing. We're just sort of loosening the grip and softening around it. Creating space, creating this sense of compassionate witnessing that can feel spacious. Making it a little bit easier to hold. Can you step into the possibility of being with inner experience in that way? Soft, open, allowing, kind. And feel all that space. Feel yourself really resting in that place of spacious awareness. Perhaps from this place, being able to look at it with a little bit more space, a little bit of a wider perspective, we can also open up to a wiser perspective. We can remember that all of this is impermanent and it will change and shift and pass. To close our practice, if you were able to get to any degree of calm and balance, can you open up to the possibility of feeling good? That might just mean giving yourself permission to really enjoy any amount of calm and quiet that you feel right now. It might be that you can, in this moment now from this place, recognize and be grateful for your own capacity to practice and find this inner space of peaceful awareness. Maybe there's something else that you can identify in your life that you can feel grateful for, that you can appreciate, big or small. Something that makes you smile, something that brings you comfort. And can you let yourself relax into that and feel into that? See if you can really stay with the sensations of that too. Just like we came to our senses before and stayed with the sensory experience behind a difficulty, here too we can stay with the sensory experience of something pleasant. We can, any spontaneous delight that pops up, we can really savor it. And when we stay with sensation and we really pay attention to the felt sense, we become really familiar with it, and it helps to sort of install that into us. Not that we're gripping onto it tightly or trying to force it to stay, but we're really, again, giving permission for it to move through us and maybe expand. We're really letting ourselves savor it so that we're really familiar with it and that we can spot it more easily. So we can spot it more easily when it comes up naturally. So in this way, we recognize that moments of dark and light are part of the reality. They always will be, but we can balance out that negativity bias by choosing to pay attention to and savor and expand the light, the goodness. In this way, we know how to hold both, and we have agency over where we spend our attention. And this staying with the goodness, the staying with the light, it can be very, very soothing to our nervous system. Remembering that it's okay to feel good, even in dark times, even in difficulty. In fact, feeling good, whether it's calm, peaceful, or even joy, gives us fuel to keep showing up. So in a moment, I'll ring the bell to signal the end of practice. And I'll let you just spend a few more breaths here quietly and really getting familiar with this space that you've created within yourself. No matter how this practice went for you, can you let go of judgment and just appreciate the intention, the care that you demonstrate for yourself by being here right now? And can you feel good about that? And if you were able to find your way into that place of awareness, where you are here with breath and sensation and just noticing the flow of life move through you and around you, I hope you recognize this practice is within you always. The pathway is yours and you know it. And whenever you need to, you can find your way back and come back home right here. Thank you for being here. Of all the places that you could be online right now, you chose to be here. And that says a lot about you and your heart and your intention. And I hope that you can feel good in that. I hope you feel better. Know that I'm here with you. This video is here for you anytime you need. Take good care of yourself. I love you, and I'll see you next time.